Welcome into your 15-minute weather. I am meteorologist John Zeigler. Hope you guys are enjoying your day so far. Today is a very different day. Now, as we go into the weekend, I'll be out of town here. I'll be in New York. I'll be flying back Sunday night, but I will still be tracking out this weather. Make sure you guys are on here on the Kare 11 Plus app. Wherever you're getting this, make sure to tune in Sunday night for severe weather as it returns. Sorry, I got this cord all over the place here. Let me see if I can get rid of that. Either way, make sure to have access to the Kare 11 app. We'll be live on there over the weekend if there's severe weather. Also, follow our Facebook pages. You can follow me on Facebook at Meteorologist John Zeigler. I will update as much as I can. I know I'll be at the airport, but I'll have nothing to do. I'll just forecast. Regardless, today is a phenomenal day. It is a hot day. The afternoon here in the 80s, 86, 87 degrees is going to stay very, very warm. And again, you're looking at winds light. I can't say light, okay, lighter out of the southwest at 10 miles per hour. So there's a breeze. Temperatures today are very warm, 85, 88 in Mankato, 87 in Rochester. But the problem is we actually have a red flag warning to go along with this. So red flag warning is in effect here from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Low humidity, gusty winds, creating critical fire danger. Now the reason the metro is not in this is not actually from the rain yesterday. A lot of people are saying it's from the rain. That didn't hurt it. But the reason for this area, and I'll show you here in a second, is from the dew points. Again, the dew points are actually starting to rise, and that is allowing for lower threats. So you see this right here? See the dew point? See that green air? This does not allow for fires. It's also probably going to storm here tonight, but the National Weather Service is determining this is very dry. So here's a boundary. Now, what am I thinking about this boundary? Well, there's probably a chance for storms on it actually later on today. So today, you'll see, go back to this here. Now, there's going to be a boundary here that you don't really see, but it's kind of right here. So there's going to be this little bit of a boundary, and that is going to cause for severe weather. So let's go in here. You can see, here's Iowa. You can see Madison. The storm threat, poor Iowa, just 4 straight days. I think of the meteorologist there. I'm like, wow, this is going to be ripping there. But just southeast of us, the National Weather Service just follows the instability. All you do is you follow the moisture. We're getting into a time of the year when warmth doesn't mean storms. It helps. What it does mean is it gives you a chance. So, okay, you got the warmth, check. That's the first box. Second box, where is the moisture? That is the most important box. And then 3 is, what is the energy to drive these storms? So first box is warmth, second box is dew points, got to be in the 60s, and third box is shear, low pressure center, warm front, the energy aspect of it. Those 3 things come together. Now tonight they're coming together in Iowa. Okay, so we know there's going to be a setup down here for severe weather. So what we're looking at here, you can see a pretty large area of storms. You're looking at the low pressure center here. Now, why is there more severe weather here than, say, well, I'll just draw it to the south. So this is today. So the reason is, I always talk about this. Cold front or dry line is not going to be as significant as low pressure center warm front. The rotation is counterclockwise right in here. Out here, it's the opposite. It's anticyclonic. So what you're looking at here is this is where the rotation is. That creates better chance for storms. We are on the north edge of this boundary here. So that boundary is going to give us a chance for some storms, but it's going to be mainly in Iowa today. So let's take a look at this here. Again, going into the afternoon, this is 4 o'clock. Notice the wind shift right here. So you see how the winds come in here and then together and then here and then come together. So this is what we call in the atmosphere called convergence. So again, the wind comes right here. Converging, that can pop a couple thunderstorms on that convergence line. So that's what we like to look for in the weather to pop thunderstorms. So see how it's consistent here? No storms. Where it turns, storms. And it's not that hard. Again, that forces a thunderstorm chance. So you'll see this does want to give this odd little spot back in the metro actually a little bit of rain chance here. So we'll see. I guess it's not 0. You see that one right there. But overall, it does look like the better chance is going to be down just south of us here. So this kind of line right here, That's where we're looking at. There we go. So again, this part of Minnesota, so that would be, I can't rule one out in the Twin Cities, but it does look like the better chance tonight is going to stay down in Red Wing, maybe Rochester and La Crosse. Now, these are not going to be tornadic, but it does show you that there is going to be that chance for storms. Go down to the south, and you can see this is the storm threat here this evening in Iowa, more likely down towards Iowa. Let's talk about our impact alert and the higher threat that we have for severe storms, 3 p.m. Sunday until midnight. Now, this does not mean the only chance for storms is Sunday night. That's not what this means. This just indicates that the better chance for rain is at night, and the severe weather is during that time. So I'm not saying it won't rain outside of 3 to midnight. I am saying don't change your plans. If you're at noon, don't change your plans. However, get ready to be disappointed. So go in there with low expectations, all right? But don't change them. Now, at night, I want you to change your plans. And the reason for that is I don't want you messing around with severe weather. The reason I say if you're late morning, got a tea time or something, this is exactly what I would do. If I had a 10 a.m. tea time, I don't know, I'm just making something up, whatever you're doing. 10 a.m. Sunday, I would say, all right, it might rain. I'm not canceling, right? Prove me wrong. That's how I'd be just like you, a viewer at home, like, yeah, I'll believe when I see it, right? I'll do that at 10 a.m. At 8 p.m., I would be stunned if there's not storms around the area. And not only that, severe storms. So why would I mess with that? So I would change plans that Sunday night. If I got Sunday night plans, change them. If I have Sunday morning plans, keep them. Maybe they get busted, but do you see the difference? So severe weather, we'll talk about what the threats are going to be. Hail and wind look like they're going to be the main leaders here for severe weather, but we can't rule out all modes. So let's talk about what we're looking at here for the severe threat. Sunday morning, we're going to have some lingering storms that come in from Iowa. So Iowa looks potent Saturday night. We talked about those storms. Well, those are tonight. But Saturday night, Iowa's revamping this thing. So the storms will push along the low-level jet stream into Minnesota Sunday morning. The question is, how fast do they weaken? I have two models. I guess I could show you both of them. One gives us absolutely nothing Sunday. One gives us a washout Sunday morning. Which one's going to be right? You can have inklings. I have an inkling that it'll be a little of both. I think it'll be a little rain, and then I think it'll dry up. That's what I think. Now, understand how severe weather works and what this means for you. Severe thunderstorms. If we are talking about severe weather, it has to be a nice day. It might be breezy, has to be sunny and dry. If you're going to activate supercell thunderstorms, it's not going to come on a wet day. So start understanding the severe weather days are usually pretty nice days. So that's why I'm a little skeptical on this. If we're calling for severe weather, well, it's got to be pretty nice at some point. Can't rain all day. So that's the idea here. So you'll see this on Sunday. So I showed you the low pressure center today, and all that happens here is you're shifting this a little bit. Now, what I don't like about this for severe weather is the warm front is now draped across the area here. You're going to see it like this. So let's go back, actually. All right. Why is it? Okay, whatever. All right, here we go. So understand how this works. So this is the new setup here on Sunday. Now, what I like about this is a heavy rain look. Why were the ones in April, why did we get missed? Because the severe storms, the low was actually here, and the storms moved to Wisconsin. The storms will develop near Sioux Falls this time, and then they'll congeal, and they'll roll across this boundary. That is a heavy rain setup, right? This is a heavy rain setup. So you can imagine these supercells are going to pop along this area here, right? Okay, these are tornadoes. Let's just say they're tornadoes. And then it's going to turn into a blob as it comes into this zone. Now, the blob produces a lot of rain. It also doesn't produce as much tornadic activity unless it's a QLCS, which is a quasi-linear convective system, whatever. The only difference is if it turns into a cluster of storms, you get isolated severe weather, a lot of rain. That's what I expect Sunday night. That's just what I expect. If we get near that triple point, if this shifted east about 100, 200 miles, then we'd have a severe weather outbreak. So we're close to this thing, and we got to stay on alert. Regardless, this is a very stormy night, but it's not just for us, it's for everybody. What I like about Minnesota this time is on the boundary, right? Actually, some of the heaviest rain sometimes falls just north of the boundary. You can get hail north of the boundary, but we call these elevated. So let's talk about the difference here. This is Severe Weather 101. So this area here is surface-based. This area here is elevated. What is the difference? This can have tornadoes, this cannot. Okay, it's that simple. You cannot have tornadoes north of the boundary because the storm system doesn't get activated with the ground, right? It's not saturated from the cloud to the surface, right? You want to have a condensation funnel, a tornado, it's got to have saturation down to the ground. That's got to be in this zone. This zone is elevated. Elevated thunderstorms can have hail, sometimes microbursts or wind gusts, but overall non-tornadic. So that gives you an understanding for Sunday. Let's take a look at Sunday here. Saturday, look at the wind speeds and direction. Out of the north, nothing's happening Saturday. You know who's getting it Saturday? Iowa. So here comes the storms, Iowa. Let's pause these here at late. Let's go back here, and we'll go into this. Hold on. We'll go back here. Now, look at Iowa. Storms, right? Watch these storms closely. They come into Minnesota, and it's possible. This, to me, would wash us out if this model run happens. Could see rain during the day. It is possible. Why would I say not to change plans? Well, let's go look at it here. Let's go pop on our in-house model, and we'll take off the European model. We'll just do one of each. So now we're looking at what we call the graph. Here's the graph. There's the storms here from today. You see those down there. And it doesn't want to work. Okay. Why aren't you working? Okay, there's the graph. Let's try this one. Hold on. All right, so you pop a few storms. There they go. Here comes Saturday and Sunday. Now, there's the storms. Okay, you see the storms Saturday night ripping down here in Iowa. Saturday late. We watch the storm system. They come in. They try to. This is overnight. What do you notice? I don't see anything. Okay. This model run gives us a 90% dry day. The reason they are so different and the reason you need to give them both a validity is because either could happen. We as human beings do not know. It's just the truth. I don't know what's going to happen Saturday night in Iowa. Once it's happening, I'll start to get an idea. Oh, okay. Looks like we're going to get some residual moisture in the morning. It's going to be rain cooled air. And then we kind of play the games. But I think it's important to have two scenarios in your brain to be able to explain that to yourself and the viewer and family or whoever I'm talking to. To me, this setup looks more severe. If we get the rain, if we get overproducing of thunderstorms in Iowa, which is possible because the low-level jet can overproduce storms sometimes at night. If that happens, it's probably just going to be a wet, cool Sunday, and that is what it is. I mean, I would actually like that. I wouldn't mind that. Does that cancel people's plans? Yeah. This setup gives people most of the day to enjoy, but these storms out here will be way nastier if we don't get rain during this time. What other thing do you guys notice? I talk a lot about the southeast wind. Yep, southeast wind directly pumping the storms. Southeast wind. Start thinking about it. Now that storm system is going to be ripping. There it goes. These are the nasty ones right there, right off the get. See these things? These are the get. When I say off the get, the pop, ton of rotation here. That cell, maybe this cell. These are the ones to watch right out the get at 4 to 5. The supercells. Then they're going to congeal. See how they congeal? Not as tornadic. Now these look pretty nasty still. To me, this could be, a cluster of storms and probably severe. This has the best chance at 8 to 10. That is what most models are agreeing with here for our storm system. And then these just roll stormy night. Okay, let's go to accumulation from this thing. Do I expect this to be a bust? No. Regardless what scenario sets up, we are going to get rain, and a lot of rain. Yes. 1 to 2 inches of rain on the way for most folks. If we don't get an inch, I would call it a bust. Seriously, that's how confident I am that we're going to see an inch of rain in the 48-hour window. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe three-quarters of an inch. How about 3/4 of an inch? If it's like 0.9, I would not call that a bust. But if it's less than 0.75, I would say, hey, we did not get enough rain out of this. We need to pull out an inch or two. I really hope we get it. Don't want 5 or 6. How about just an inch or two Sunday and Monday, and then next week looks much better once you get to Tuesday and Wednesday.